very warm welcome to the Realty Plus Masterclass Tech Talk, a series on real estate tech transformations, where we explore the changing dynamics of technology in real estate. It will feature nationally and internationally acclaimed technology consultants and digital experts who will share their knowledge and expertise on the present and future tech trends in the world of real estate. I'm Sapna Srivastava, editor of Realty Plus magazine, and let's begin with a brief introduction of Realty Plus.
Some people are born to show the world which path to choose in a crisis. Some brands are born to do the same. And during the times of challenge, the stalwarts of Indian real estate industry have chosen to do just that by showing others the way to finding opportunities even amidst a crisis. By showing the world how to go about delivering on promises even amidst adversity. Success doesn't just happen, it happens by design, by pushing the boundaries, by raising the bar. It's days of creating a vision and nights of bringing it to life. Knowing that pictures are worth 1,000 words and every word makes a difference. It's doing the research, trusting your instinct and finishing what you started. For the past 19 years, Realty Plus has been turning obstacles into opportunities, keeping the industry informed on the latest developments. Innovating to inspire debate and discussion. Bringing forth the perspectives of industry leaders. Honoring hard work and achievement. Keeping the industry connected. This is what we are built on. This is what we are building. We are Realty Plus, and we lead the way.
So this was a brief snippet of Realty Plus products. To know more about us, do get in touch with Ms. Tripti Kedia, publisher and business head Realty Plus. And now moving on to the program of the day. The topic of discussion today is digital transformation and artificial intelligence in real estate, a gateway to 2x top line growth every 2 years. But before I bring our speakers on stage, let's take a look at this very interesting AV.
Why real estate? It is where we spend all our lifetime, isn't it? Home, office, hotel, cinema, everything that we live, we breathe is real estate.
उन्नति कुड़ी सपनों का घर कहाँ है किधर है उन्नति वो सुप्रीम बिगर है बेहतर है सपनों का घर
Digital for real estate works big time, always does. It's the client's mindset and the patience that fails. Facebook and Google is there for everybody in real estate. How you leverage communication and technology around it makes the difference in terms of the sales that you do, in terms of how you are able to empower your digital campaign better. Media and technology for real estate is going to be a game changer. Companies into the mandates or transactions eventually will have to build their moats out of these two. After working upon more than 800 projects, I believe clients are choosing to make us part of their strategies, their discussions for their launches, for their sustenance. And I'm glad we are able to add value, helping them make strategies which can optimize media costs and reduce their customer acquisition costs while amplifying their velocity for sales.
Well, that was one exuberant and informative AV that we had. Now, let me welcome our expert speakers of today. Let me first introduce Mr. Paritrupt Bagadia, co-founder and chief technology officer, Insomniacs Digital Pvt Limited. Mr. Bagadia has over 12 years of experience in developing and marketing solutions for real estate industry. He works with many leading real estate brands and bodies across India. He focuses on building PropTech platforms that can bring in real digital transformation and automation. The PropTech solutions developed by him help realtors focus on efficiency and drive better ROI. He has handled PropTech software implementation for over 80 real estate brands and more than 800 channel partners. He has helped brands optimize their media costs by focusing on digital media powered by deep data insights and has contributed to sales worth INR 4,800 crore for clients exclusively via multiple digital platforms in the last 8 years. His company Insomniacs is the only agency in India which specializes in automated marketing mix modeling for real estate to drive best ROI for his clients with the help of data analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. Mr. Bagadia, a very warm welcome to you. Now, let me introduce our next speaker, Mr. Digvijay Chauhan, Chief Business Officer, Totality. He has over 13 years of experience spread across aviation, travel, and real estate, and comes with the unique position of having built and experimented with technology from multiple POVs. He spent over 8 years as a data scientist at Airbus and then ventured out to build 3 startups in deep tech, travel tech, and consumer tech. Having spent the last 5 years in business and last 2 in real estate specifically, he has focused on helping realtors optimize their sales operations through deployment of advanced analytics, deep learning, and indulgent user experience. As the CBO at Insomniacs, he has been at the helm of Totality, which has grown to a clientele of over 60 realtors across across its product portfolio. So these are our expert speakers, Mr. Bagadia and Mr. Chauhan. Let me hand it over to you now.
Thank you so much, Sapna.
Thank you.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity, right? So I'll start off with setting up the premise for our talk today. You see, real estate is at a crossroads right now. Yes, we have been talking about digital transformation. We have been talking about AI for some time now. But very, very recently, some things have started changing overnight. The emergence of generative AI, especially in the form of ChatGPT, has created a storm. And with that, developers are now much more open to adopting technology and deploying technology in their operations. Now, together, these factors have created the perfect condition for explosion in terms of their growth. And I can tell you, there are players in the market, there are big players in the market who have already started making moves. So what does these technologies have store in the future for real estate sales? You see, the people who are already adopting them, the people who are already deploying these technologies are going to grow 2x every 2 years. And for every growth, we know that we need to get more land parcels, we need to get more capital, right? So there is a impending war which is coming in terms of expanding footprint. Now, this footprint can be within the same catchment area. It can be within the same city, or it can also be pan-India. And the implications of this is that developers in each location, developers in each area and city are going to see new players, bigger players with better resources, more efficient operations become their competition. And what all this is going to lead to is going to lead to real estate's very own Nokia moment, but that too at scale. So let me take you through how it's all going to pan out, right? We all know growth demands capital. Capital demands scalability, and scalability demands efficiency. But for a moment, let me take a counterposition. Let me be the developer who says that I have the efficiency, I have the scale, and I have the capital. I don't care about digital transformation and AI. So problem kya hai?
Let me say what the problems are. So what the general real estate developers in India focus on is aaj ka fayda. They don't seem to see the future which they are going to be exposed to. The next problem what they face is, can you switch is technology is seen as a kharcha, not as an investment. So whenever we say that you should invest in technology, they feel that, okay, that's an expense, but it's not, it's an investment. Next, whenever we say that this can be built, this can be used, they say, okay, we can also make it, but they don't understand the main core aspect that not everything can be made in-house, not everything can be done the conventional way they used to do. And last is ROI corner. Who is ROI? Now, ROI is very important, not in terms of just paper, but also you need to make sure that you calculate ROI at each level of lead generation, each level of lead closure. But ROI is something which still they don't talk about. And last is, if we say that technology will help you optimize, help you automate certain things, they say, "Hamare paas army hai, hamare paas log hai." But are they efficient enough? No. Will technology help them be efficient? Yes. So these are the problems which they are facing right now.
I think you have explained very well. We understand that there is a problem now, right? So let's talk about the problem. The problem, as Aryan explained, is about efficiency, right? And efficiency automatically in real estate boils down to how we sell real estate today. Now, if you look at the modus operandi in real estate, every time a developer has a new project, we basically have 3 stages. We go into promoting to get leads. We qualify those leads to get clients to come to site visits, and then we try to close with them. But the challenge is that they're facing each of these stages are, first of all, when you're promoting, the biggest challenge as a developer for me is the volume of leads that I'm getting. And that when you combine with the quality of leads that I'm getting, I become even more concerned. Now, even if I'm getting leads, even if I'm getting quality, I still have a team which has to convert them to site visits and which has to convert them to closures. So there is a challenge with respect to the efficiency when it comes to manual operations. And what artificial intelligence and digital transformation is going for every developer, is going to do for every developer and for real estate at large, is that target and solve each of these problems one by one. So let's take them. When it comes to promotion, right, it's all about marketing. So how marketing is going to change in the presence of artificial intelligence and digital transformation. So what we do today, whenever we have a new project, we design a single campaign, maybe based on 3 to 4 USPs, and we push that at large to every catchment area that we have targeted, right? But then we wait till that campaign gives us some results and then goes downward, and then we close that campaign and start again. So there's a lot of manual intervention because we have to design new campaigns, we have to design new content, and there's a longer period of time wherein we understand whether the campaign is going to work or not. But generative AI is going to completely change that. Now, generative AI is a technology which can create content, whether it's image, whether it's video, or your textual content, based on the response that you're getting from the customer. So what it's going to do for you is not have static campaigns. Your campaigns are going to become self-evolving. They're going to change based on the user response within the catchment area also. And when it comes to customization, you need not push the same creatives, the same campaign in every catchment area. Think about a luxury project in Kandivali, right? Now it's very easy to say that people in Kandivali would already know about it. So I don't need to do a lot of promotions. I don't need to have a bigger campaign. But how do you promote it to people in Bandra who have a very different way of living, who have a very different way of communicating with each other, right? And nobody spends time and effort in customizing these campaigns to them. But with generative AI, all this can happen automatically. Generative AI would be able to build models based on the local data intelligence, based on the behavior of your future customers online, and customize your content in real time and instantly and push it through for you to get the maximum results. Last but not the least, the biggest problem in real estate is the turnaround time whenever a customer expresses an inquiry, right? We always say that it should be less than 5 minutes. What if it can be 0? Your generative AI can handle all the conversations till the point that the customer is actually ready to buy. And only at that point of time, it can transfer the lead to your sales executives or sales managers. So you see, it's going to change the way we market our products. Not just that. How about nurturing? So in real estate today, we nurture our clients only till the point either they say no or they say yes, right? We forget about them after that. But deep learning AI can actually understand the behavior of the client. It can create multi-layered communication strategies. Now let's get into it one by one. The first layer is all about what is the communication medium that my client is more inclined to respond on. Does he like Twitter DMs? Does he like Instagram DMs? Or does he prefer your WhatsApp, right? Not just that. Why to push the same template to every client? Why not customize it based on the language that they're used to? Why not use cool as KEWL for millennials and cool as COOL for Gen Z, KEWL, and for millennials, COOL, right? So that kind of demography-based personalization can be handled automatically by this AI. And the most important part is, I've mentioned this before, right now, nurturing in real estate is very much transactional. If a client says yes, I nurture them till the point they are closed. Or if they say no, I forget them. But what if this deep learning AI can actually create a long haul nurturing cycle, wherein your clients are nurtured throughout, whether their interest has reached the point or not. When they are ready to buy, the moment that the AI realizes they're ready to buy, it's then they transfer it to your human team. So you are not targeting the customer when you want to sell. You're targeting the customer when they are ready to buy. And this is going to be the game changer. What we do today as real estate brands is sell when we want to sell, right? We have a project, we want to sell, so we push it. But in future, what real estate brands are going to do is they're going to sell when the customer is ready to buy, right? And this is all going to be because of the perfect harmony in terms of conversation and intention between the brands and the customers. And this is what we are calling the absolute sales experience, right? But to be honest, AI alone can't do all of it, right? So there's much more to it.
Now let's talk about operations. So as Digvijay rightly mentioned, AI cannot do all together alone. So let's talk about operations. Can you go to the next slide? Yeah. So how to have the seamless human and machine integration, how to get the machine do the work which or help humans do their work efficiently. So let us break down into points. The first is it will help the human resource of yours to sharpen their focus. They will help them to focus only on the tasks which really are productive and efficient. Second is obviously the concise and timely insights. Insights, if they are not received on time or a real time or on the opportune time, it's useless. So a delayed insight might not be as effective as an insight which you could have received in the spur of the moment. So you machine learning or AI will help you get that insights to your human resource to be more efficient. And triggerless data collection. So what happens is generally when we talk about digital transformation, we talk about digitization of the data, but that's not only thing. Data should be collected at every given point of time. It should not be only on the few focal area. It should be throughout the system. The data and the metadata then only will be able you to help in digital transformation. Now, people do confuse AI with digital transformation, but that's not right. Digital transformation is the core. Now, is it a CRM? No, it's not. Is it a ERP? No, it's not. Is it a CMS? No, it's not. What is a DX or digital transformation? Digital transformation is an overall ecosystem. AI is a component or a part of DX. AI standalone cannot do anything if you don't have data. Data will be churned out to get more information. That information then churned out to give more knowledge and insight. And then only the wisdom or AI, which we now call AI, will be helpful to you. Digital transformation is, you can say it's a prelude. So you need to have digital transformation throughout the organization in order to take the best benefit out of AI. Now, what is a good AI without the data to help it build on? ChatGPT cannot give you answers for your business problems you are having. Your data will give the answers to those, and hence you need to have that data in place. Use that data in order to train the AI to give you an answers, which will make your work efficient. Now, how do you do it? So people do ask us that how will you bring the transformation? How will you help us achieve this digital transformation? So methodology is very clear. It's three-pronged process. The first is foundation. You need to make sure that accessibility and consolidation of all the data has to be done. That's the main foundation. And as a real estate guys, you know what the importance of foundation is. Your real estate processes or your business processes should have each and every aspect to collect the data in a seamless manner and put it in a digital form so that later on it can be used to train the AI and ML. Now, so we can help you over here with digital transformation strategies. What about core? So the core is building of the best user experience, because all the stakeholders of a real estate company should be on place where they are able to utilize this particular data digital transformation. Now, what we can help you with is proposing a data architecture and its AI capabilities. That these are the capabilities you should do. And the last is obviously the lift off, where the real AI come into picture. The first is deep learning. It helps you to give all the trend analysis to give you the superior or say proper segmentation of your customers, or say random segmentation in a real-time manner to help achieve the things which Digvijay previously mentioned. Next is the prescriptive AI. Now, what is prescriptive AI? I guess you guys have already known about AI from last 3 to 4 months as from the ChatGPT itself. Yes, prescriptive AI is something you get real-time nudge on. It gives you a capability where you have a certain thing to make your decision upon. In certain cases, after a certain duration of time with proper data, it can also help you streamline certain decision making also. So you need not have to have the decision fatigue. The AI will do it for you. And the last is generative AI. What is generative AI? Now, creating of a dynamic image, what Digvijay mentioned in the start, or creating of ad campaigns, creating of the content copies, your message communication to your customer. Right now, the message communication is script based. Your call center guys call based on the script. But with the NLP or neuro language programming, you will be able to do a very one-to-one communication within a proper script format without hard coding screen for each and everyone. So your script will change based on the customer's profile or persona which the system has identified. It will talk in their own language. It will talk them in the tone which is preferential, not based on some call center executive who had been trained to do that for a certain duration of time. Omni-channel interactions is quite possible with generative AI. Why to wait for say 5 to 10 minutes in order to you to reach out to a lead when you can do in real time with NLP and generative AI? So
Okay, so I think so. I think most of the people who are looking at this would basically be thinking that again, this is one of those presentations we are all talk, right? But we really want to go out on the limb. We want to make 5 predictions which we believe are going to hit real estate and become mainstream in the next 1 year. The first out of them is that contact centers will become obsolete. And the reason behind that is that your AI will be able to have both textual and voice-based conversations with your client as soon as they express an interest. Yes, we'll finally transfer it to your manual teams as well, but contact center as a concept will become obsolete. Marketing mix will be driven by AI-led insights and won't be dependent on humans anymore. Employee review will become continuous and tangible, right? Not an annual-based operation.
now let me take the fourth one. Real estate buying will be experiential. Right now, real estate is being sold like a commodity. But in future, coming future, say 1 year down the line, the real estate will be based on experiential. People will have experience over the product. So emergence of smart cities, infrastructure push with the governments are doing will make sure that your whole business will not only become a commodity, but an experiential product in itself. And the last one is real estate selling will go beyond hyperlocal. Now everyone says that real estate is quite hyperlocal, but no. With infra push and smart cities, which I mentioned earlier, your real estate selling will see an audience from all over the place. It obviously metro cities have started to experience the same, but this will be true to all the real estate throughout the country. So these are the 5 predictions we wanted to do. And as obviously real estate is known not to change, it's known to stick to the conventional route, but it is not the strongest of the species that survive, not most intelligent, but the most responsive to change. And that's Charles Raman for you.
Yeah, so that's all from our side. Hope you liked it, and we'll be looking forward to the questions.
Thanks, Paritrupt and Digvijay. That was some very interesting points highlighted, and in fact, you made a few predictions as well. So let's take some audience questions now. One is starting with the claim that we did in the beginning of the session about the 2x growth every 2 years if we are using digital transformation and artificial intelligence. So Paritrupt, coming to you, digital transformation has been there for quite some time, almost a decade old now it is. Why do you think it took so much time to reach real estate? And why now we are seeing so much of digital happening in real estate?
Agreed. So the problem is with the idea of concept. What they consider as digital transformation is not true. What we have highlighted in our presentation as well. Having a CRM integration, having an ERP installed in your organization doesn't mean you have done digital transformation. Digital transformation is not a website, a portal, or a booking portal on your website or a mobile application. It's a thorough process. Now, obviously, real estate has been in traditional mode till quite some time. The traditional nature of real estate in India is the one which has not allowed digital transformation to seep in. The FMCG sector has done this in last decade, but real estate is now warming up. The second will be with emergence of RERA or the RERA law coming in last 5 years. The transparency, the convenience, the efficiency demanded by customers has increased. Now, which has asked developers or in short push developers towards getting more transparent system or doing the digitalization. One more thing would be operational efficiency. Now, as real estate has boomed, obviously India, and it has a good future. Doing that, they understood the importance of operation efficiency. They understand the cost reduction, customer acquisition cost, which were the novice concept till now. They used to splurge heavy on offline mediums like newspapers, hoardings. But now with emergence of calculation of cost and stuff, they have asked developers or push developers towards digital transformation. Another very important thing are two, which is COVID-19, which everyone is aware. It was a great equalizer. COVID-19 showed developers that if they don't adapt to change, they are at risk, because that was a time when digital or technology had a good penetration, and that's where the real push towards digital transformation started in real estate. And last is emergence of AI. AI was a buzzword, but it was like theory of relativity. Every person likes Einstein, knows the word theory of relativity, but no one knows the exact thing. The same was with digital transformation. They feel that, okay, we are doing transformation, we are doing digitization, but they confuse digitization with transformation. So these were the main reason why it took certain time for real estate to get warm up to digital transformation. But now I guess it's high time. Every real estate developer who wants to scale or survive, I would say survive, should focus on digital transformation of their entire business.
That's right. You spoke about AI. We'll come back to you on that. But Digvijay, Paritrupt spoke about digital transformation, which is happening. But still, a lot of people, and although in our presentation also you touched upon what exactly digital transformation is. But for some, it still is very vague. Artificial intelligence, cloud computing, metaverse. So, what exactly does digital transformation mean for real estate?
I think that's an amazing question. So I'll start with saying that, to be honest, digital transformation is not a checklist, right? You can't have a checklist wherein you have a CRM, you have an ERP, you have mobile applications, and you're good to go, right? That's not how it works. Digital transformation is the change that it's supposed to bring, is what the ultimate end goal is, right? The change is a perfect harmony between machine and your human workforce. For example, I'll take an example which everybody would understand. Everybody has smartphones, right? Today, if we have to look for something or to buy something, we instantly pick up smartphones. We never even feel that this is something else. It has become a part of our life, right? That is the kind of impact digital transformation can have on real estate operations. Today, if I ask any real estate developers, and there are plenty that we are working with in Totality, they would say that my team is not working using this software. My team is not updating, right? This is all because there is a lot of friction. Your team can be updating in one place, but the same information is not being transported to the other place where it's being used, right? So digital transformation, what it does is, yes, it deploys technologies. It deploys your CRM, deploys your ERP, deploys your user experiences, mobile applications, artificial intelligence, everything. But what it does at the core, it connects everything, right? So your data flow from one place to the other, how you use the data becomes actionable, and it becomes completely seamless. Your team would not even know that they're working when they're working, right? They can simply focus on talking to the client. On a site visit, when they're talking to the client, when they're taking the client for the site visits, updates are automatically happening on the system in real time. They don't have to sit later and do it. And what this is going to change is people are not going to feel that they're doing like digital transformation is not like people are going to feel, I'm going to introduce 5 new technologies, right? They'll forget about technologies. They'll just keep on working. They won't even feel that I'm using a tool or not, right? So the analogy with smartphone is what I felt that would be the perfect way to explain what digital transformation is going to be.
Okay, so it's a sum of all technologies, and which creates efficiency in the system.
Absolutely.
Mr. Bagadia, coming to you, you spoke about artificial intelligence, and in presentation also you have touched upon, but still people have a lot of confusion about, is digital transformation and artificial intelligence same, or are they two different things?
So I would take this as, yes, AI and digital transformation or DX are related, but they are quite distinct. DX is the entire thing what we do. It's the process of integration of digital technology to implement the efficiency, enhancing of customer experience, increasing of profitability, reduction of cost. And AI is a component of CX. It's not a standalone thing. It's a component of CX. And moreover, AI is used for decision making. So as I mentioned, there's data. Process data is what we call information. Then comes knowledge. And the last part is wisdom. Wisdom is what we call now AI. So it helps you to get those wisdom from obviously those data which you have collected. So digital transformation is the entire piece, and wisdom is the core or the cherry on the top, what Digvijay likes to say, of digital transformation.
Okay. I think that gives a lot of clarity to our viewers. Now, we have questions about very basics of what digital means, why, how, what. So we'll take that one by one. Can any real estate organization undergo digital transformation, or Digvijay, is there any size, dependency or component to it?
Yeah. No, I think that's a very important question. First of all, technically, anybody can go for digital transformation, right? But size will come into play when you're trying to evaluate the impact that it's going to have on your current operations, right? For a small, let's say for a small scale developer, right? If they're launching only 2-3 projects in a year, they have a top line of, let's say 50 CR or 100 CR. When they're going to deploy these technologies, when they're going to go into digital transformation, the amount of investment that they'll have to make, they'll check it against the impact that they'll have, right? They can still do it, to be honest, and they'll see the benefits of it at a later date. But today, if somebody has to take, if developers is thinking whether they need to take this call or not, if your size is 300 CR and above, and you want to grow 2x every 2 years, right, is the right time to deploy these technologies, because they'll help you in amplifying operations. Everybody has land parcels and everybody has capital. There's no lack of capital in the market, right? It's about how you launch those projects and how you generate the sales volume in them, right? Whether the same team, we cannot grow like startups. Real estate can't say that, okay, I have 300 CR, I have 50 employees, make it 500 and I'll go to 3,000 CR, right? That's not how real estate works. So you need to make your the manual teams more efficient. You need to make the customer experience more, let's say, indulging and more personalized. And those things can only be done with digital transformation. So with a, let's say, employee growth of just 1.5x, you can actually grow by 2x. So you don't need to depend on the scale of your team. You need to depend the scale of exchange of data and the efficiency of your operations.
Right. I think that answers the question. Now, Digvijay, another is there any basic minimum requirement for an organization if they are planning to go into a digital transformation journey?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll take it on 2 parts. What are the tangibles and what are the non-tangibles, right? When I'm talking about tangibles, it's more so related to whatever you have in place in terms of technology right now. You might have a CRM, you might have an ERP, you might have other mobile applications and etc. The more you have, it's an easier base to start off from. The less you have, let's say the gestation period for that digital transformation journey would become longer, right? So these are the tangibles. Now, more important than these are the non-tangibles. What is your vision with respect to how you want to grow? Do you have the long-term vision to play out the game of digital transformation and see the benefits of it, right? It's like electing a government, right? Whatever the policies the government are going to bring in the first 5 years, you're never going to see the impact in the first 5 years. You're going to see the impact after in the second term. So you have to bring them one more time, right? So unless you have that vision, you have champions within your organizations who are going to make sure, irrespective of whatever resistance, whatever friction you're getting from the rest of the team, you're still going to go ahead on that journey, right? That, let's say, that solidness in terms of your decision, your vision, and your never say no attitude towards digital transformation. If you have started on this journey, you cannot stop. If you stop in between, it'll be all loss of money, right? So you need to have that conviction. When you're going on this journey, that is to be honest, you can buy a CRM in one day, you can buy an ERP in one day. If you do not have the conviction, nothing is going to work for you, right? So this non-tangible is the most important as far as I am concerned.
So you need to believe in, digital transformation.
Absolutely.
And then step into it. But Paritrupt, where do experts like you come in, and how do you help the real estate organizations?
Sure. So I would explain this in a way like we have seen real estate evolve. We have been part of this from last 13 years. We have seen it evolve from offline or conventional medium to digital medium. We have seen developers going to various cities from one city, but their main threshold or main area. We have seen multiple generations coming in. We have worked with developers with different scale, and hence with all those knowledge and insight and the path we have seen, we have tackled most of the problems. We have seen those problems. We have resolved those problems with use of technology and consulting. The same we can do with digital transformation as well. In terms of digital transformation, also there are multiple ways in which it can be implemented. There are multiple methods to it. One is a complete turnaround, wherein you ditch all the processes, create a new set of SOPs, ditch all the current systems in place, get a new complete system in place. Second can be go gradual, implement one technology or processes into the system. Multiple ways, multiple reasons why we can select the technology. So the consulting of those portions is our niche, and this is where we as an agency or as a company can help companies who are seeking digital transformation to get those implemented in first place. There are multiple companies who might be experienced in digital transformation, but not in real estate. Now, real estate, as you know, obviously is quite a different ballgame. A person who is very familiar with other sector might not be as efficient in real estate, and hence our experience of real estate obviously comes handy.
That's right. If you can, for our viewers, take us through the core steps in, such transformation. What are the core steps of such transformation?
So as I mentioned in my presentation also, first is obviously the foundation. Your every data or data points has to be digitized. It has to be into the system where your data is being fed properly or being stored. People do get confused between data and metadata. Both are very important.
Right.
Data is your lead, your name, email, phone numbers, project they are looking at, source. But the metadata, from where they have come, when they have come, what was the communication, what was the first touch point, what was the second touch point, how many times a person has engaged, what are the types of messages you have sent, all those things and much more. I cannot explain all the things. There are thousands of touch points which are to be stored, and there are more minute metadata to it, your geographical data, your demographics data. Now all this metadata, once fed into the system, machine gets an idea that okay, this are the pattern in the chaos, and that pattern will help you get a real idea. The second is obviously the implementation of the systems, and the third is using the power of AI or the wisdom. Now all those data, when we have implemented, the machine will learn over it. Machine will give you the decision making or help you with outputs, and this outputs will reduce your fatigue, your decision fatigue. It will reduce your cost of customer acquisition. It will increase your profitability, because as we already mentioned, that if you want to grow, you need to scale, and if you want to scale, you need to have that efficiency. So this particular format, if implemented in proper way, then only you will achieve that efficiency, else it's money down the drain.
That's right. So these are the ways, and it's very important to get it right if you really want to make use of it correctly and see the profits coming in. Digvijay, my last question for this session is to you, and you also mentioned in the presentation also that there might be organizations saying, why do I need to do this? I'm doing fine, my things are going okay. So why do you think, if you can again tell our viewers that why should they go for digital transformation, why it is important?
Yeah. So to be honest, it's a very natural reaction that you will receive from anybody who's on the other side of the argument, right? Because every real estate developer is doing well. I hope everyone is doing well. And the other thing is when money is already coming into the bank, when my projects are being sold, when my team is happy, when I'm buying a new Ferrari every year, right? I don't care about bringing in new technology, because that is going to change everything, right? But as I explained a little bit in the presentation as well, what's going to happen is there are already movements in the market. Some of the biggest players have already started on this journey because they know that this is going to take time, right? So you're not going to see them change overnight, right? You will see it as a startup success, right? So when a startup gets funding, it's successful. Till the time, nobody knows. So that's what's going to happen, right? In an year and a half, you're going to see some brands starting to show presence pan-India, right? Now, real estate, as Aryan explained, is right now a very much hyper-local game, right? So you have players in every catchment area who are really big, right? And it's difficult to compete with them. That's true. But tomorrow, when bigger organizations with bigger money in the bank, so bigger capital and better running operations are going to come to your catchment area, right? You're going to see some impacts. You're going to be in a fight that you never expected. And by the time you realize that, it'll take you that year and a half to build that baseline technology, right? Because as we have, I think, touched upon time and again, this is not a plug and play solution. Whenever we talk about AI in real estate, we say, ki, oh, this is looking good. Let's put it into chatbot, right? This one is looking good. Let's put it into marketing analytics, right? But if your data is not in the right format, if your data is incomprehensible, your AI is going to be also that bad. So eventually what's going to happen is even if you do plug and play, right, you will deploy the technology, it'll give junk output for a month or two, and then be like, I wasted my money. And then I go back to hiring more people into more projects, right? Because you'll be in a state wherein you're in constant struggle to compete with these people who have already built that, who obviously have bigger resources and can buy the land parcels close to you and around your projects, right? So imagine, let's say a developer in Thane, right? They are the biggest in Thane right now, right? And they have good land parcels and everything. They are promoting their project using the traditional method, which I explained in the beginning, single campaign to all catchment areas. And a new player, a bigger player from South or from North comes into the market, right? They basically pick up another land parcel which is next to their project and start promoting it using generative AI. I'm not saying it's going to work in the first shot, right? But over time, I can guarantee you that those campaigns would be much better, would be much more customized, and they'll start seeing higher quality of leads and higher conversions. So whatever you are finishing, whatever, like in Mumbai, I think, if I'm not wrong, 1 year is the standard time for selling out anything, right? For any projects, or it could be more also, right? You'll start seeing players who are coming in and selling in 2 to 3 weeks, 70% of their inventory. And when that will happen, it'll really create a complex within you that how do I cope up with this? What do I change, right? And by that time, to be honest, it'll be slightly too late. We would still be available to do it for everyone. So more than happy to do it. But it's, as we said, it's a very long-term game, right? And this is what we even discussed with our clients, and we explained it to them that you and I have to be in this for a longer duration. This is a long-term journey, right? If it's not working for you today, doesn't mean that we stop. If we stop today, then it was a waste of money and it was a waste of exercise. So to everyone and all the developers, I believe if everyone is doing well, it's very good and they should keep on doing well, but they should definitely keep tabs on this space, right? Everybody has already started experimenting with technology, which is amazing, right? We are absolutely happy about that. You at least have your CRMs, you have your ERPs, and you have something in place, at least the baseline, right? Just keep a tab on this space, right? Whenever you have the size, or if you already have the size, there's no problem in having that conversation wherein you explore how you can do this, or if it even works for you, right? Explore before you say no. Don't say no just because you feel that it's not going to work, or technology has not worked for you in the past, right? Keep it open, keep your minds open, and we are more than happy to discuss with everyone, do that brainstorming at free of cost, by the way, to help the community, right? Because we really want to see this impacting. This is something which is going to make real estate much more closer to your e-commerce, right? The way it works in terms of the seamlessness and the transparency that comes with it. I'm not going to say it's going to become e-commerce, but it's going to become e-commerce like, and absolute sales experience would be at the core of this change.
Well, Digvijay, I would like to add over here is in the past, real estate developers in India were the full stack. They used to plan, they used to conceive the product, they used to license, they used to design, develop, and also sell. That was the time when they didn't value the selling aspect. But I guess in last 2 to 3 years, developers have opened up themselves to focus on their core, which is construction, and selling has been outsourced. Similarly, I think real estate developers are warming up to this idea as well, that
Absolutely.
they need to outsource certain things to the experts so that they can focus on their core while being ready for this existential crisis that which might come into their kitty anytime.
Absolutely.
Well, I think those were some very, very wonderful adopt and to go through the right steps. That is most important if you are really looking at getting profits from that. So thanks, Paritrupt Bagadia, co-founder and CTO Insomniacs, and Digvijay Chauhan, CBO Totality, for sharing your views and for answering the audience questions. I'm sure our viewers had some very valuable takeaways from today's session. So thanks to our awesome audience as well for being here, sharing their time and sharing their views. And dear viewers, keep watching this space as we bring to you very soon yet another acclaimed technology expert to share with us some more about the magical world of digital. But till then, thanks Paritrupt, thanks Digvijay for sharing those very valid information for our viewers. And till then, we see you next time. Take care and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sapna. Thank you, Realty.